There's a lot of people out there that are food experts, so-called, but it's very rare to come across a water expert.
Mm-hmm.
How much, because they're saying the exact same thing that's coming from the food.
Mm-hmm.
In your view, how much of this is water and how much is it the food?
It's kind of a two-edged sword. It gets you both ways.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's the water and the food. But
I guess you're making all the food with the water that you're,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, even boiling pasta. Like, there's a big topic out there about fluoride. I'm super against fluoridated water supplies. There's over 100 human studies and animal studies that proves that adding fluoride to water causes neurotoxicity. They've now lumped fluoride. This is from Harvard School of Medicine. They say fluoride is now in the same group as arsenic, lead, and mercury for causing chemical brain drain. So we all know how bad mercury is, right? When I was a kid, when we were in science class in 7th grade,
Played with it.
we played with it. And
Yeah.
now they'd shut the whole building down and, oh my gosh, everyone,
Yeah.
you know? And so, but no, back in the day. But we all know now how bad mercury is, right? So they've lumped fluoride in with mercury and lead and arsenic because they know that these poisons, lead, mercury, and arsenic, causes chemical brain drain. It causes brain damage,
Right.
neurological disorders, right? Lower IQ and attention span in children. And now research has said, well, we're going to take that same grouping of those three and we're putting fluoride in with it now. This is from Harvard, okay, in a meta-analysis. So fluoride is horrible. They say don't drink or eat fluoridated toothpaste for a reason. And there's a warning label that if you swallow a pea-sized amount, and that's about the size of my little finger pinky nail, if you swallow that much fluoride, call poison control. Yeah. Because of the fluoride. And yet we're drinking water every day across the world in the country. 74% of the country right now is fluoridated. And they know what it does, and they're doing it intentionally.
What's their reasoning for putting it there in the first place?
Tooth decay. That children, if children, and this is the key to the fluoride issue, if children are exposed and they ingest systemic distribution of fluoride into the stomach, into the intestines, absorbed through the intestines, into the bloodstream, the blood then carries the fluoride to the developing teeth in the mandible, the jaw. So if you're a child and you're growing adult teeth, if the teeth cells are exposed to fluoride, it hardens them. You'll have lower tooth decay, right?
Okay.
That's good. And it's complete bullshit. It's complete propaganda. And I have the proof and the evidence.
I've heard stories where fluoride has been linked to like blocking your ability to open your third eye, and it creates an inability for you to even process information. I've heard all these different reports, and I think growing up in the fluoride generation, where we paid extra in Texas to get fluoridated water, there was a charge on the water bill. There was like a 75 cents a month with extra fluoride to help your children grow strong teeth. I've long time thought, well, that's bullshit right there. That's But more and more, I'm hearing this to be true.
How would they even do that?
I know, right? But here's the thing, two things. There's a pandemic right now, a real pandemic. Children between the ages of 12 and 15, 41%, almost half, of the children in the entire country have some form of dental fluorosis. That's where the teeth get stained. And it's usually like a stripe right across the teeth. Because when they were little, they were overexposed to fluoride, and it causes what they call dental fluorosis. Mild are like white chalky marks, and you look at somebody that has this, and
that they had braces or something.
They have braces, or they didn't brush their teeth, right? Well, go brush your teeth. Nope, your parents let you have water or gave you too much fluoride. The only thing that causes that is overexposure to fluoride, and it weakens the teeth. Severe, it's black staining.
Really?
So 41% of children today, right now,
have black stains,
have some form of or a level of dental fluorosis. Because they systemically were exposed. They drank it in. They ate the toothpaste. They drank fluoridated water too much. And it causes permanent damage and scarring of the teeth. And if it's doing that to the teeth, what is it doing to the rest of the bones in the body? It weakens them.
By making them brittle? Like you said, that hardening, it's making them brittle,
Overexposure. So they've known this too. And that's why we have a petition out to try to get fluoride out of the water. I talked to some water softener companies. Literally, one of the owners of a local water softener company said to me, Trent, why would you want to get fluoride out of the water? Because we'll sell less filters to remove fluoride.
Oh, wait a second.
I'm like, man, is that really what you believe?
Is that what
Do you believe that?
That's what you're selling?
Damn.
Yeah, no, I believe you have a right to safe water, period. We need to ban fluoride. Number two, that's number one, scarring of the teeth. Number two, and maybe you wrap up on this, I believe that you have a right to choose if you take a drug. That there is no government agency, no city township, the EPA, the FDA, no one has the right to force you against your will. It doesn't matter if you're in America or not. It's a God-given right to choose if you take a drug. In other words, if you choose not to, the Gestapo will break down the door, hold you down, inject you with the drug and say, there, now you got it. That is forced medication against your will. Adding fluoride to water is forced medication on a mass population with zero accountability and zero way to control the dose. If you're a runner and you drink a gallon a day, you are being, if you live in Salt Lake County, it is a county law that every municipality in Salt Lake County except one, and that's White City and Sandy, they're annexed. But in 2003, and this is when I went down that rabbit hole, the same time I read the E-Myth book, I'm like, oh my gosh, I better figure this fluoride thing out. So I started really researching and studying both sides. I was neutral at the time in 2002. But 2003, I was like, holy cow. Number one, this is not fluoride that's mined from Mother Earth. This is a chemical byproduct of the aluminum industry called hydrofluorosilicic acid. Highly toxic. And that's what they're dripping into the water supply. It's not some mineral from Kanab, Utah.
Yeah,
you know,
from the fluoride mine.
No, it's literally, most of it's from China. So they're selling toxic sludge to America. We're buying it, traveling it across interstate highways. The municipal workers, literally, I've interviewed them, talked to them. They're like, okay, we're going to draw straws. You get, whoever gets the short straw, you get to handle the fluoride today when it arrives. You have to put hazmat suits on it. On our website, I have a picture, Enevive.com, of the picture of the warning label on the hydrofluorosilicic acid, and it says, do not take internally. And we're putting it in our water supply. This is where you light me up, I'm going to burn.
I can see it.
It is so ridiculous when you understand what it really is, but we're sold this propaganda that, oh, it's good for you. It's good for your children's teeth. But after the age of about 12, it does nobody any good. So we're fluoridating our toilet water, our shower water, the adult water, drinking water, everything. The sprinkler water is all fluoridated. It's a huge waste of money. And we're denying people the right to choose if you take a drug or not. It is a drug.
Interesting perspective. That is it.
Yeah.
Well,
it's insane.
That is nuts.
That's
That
the
is
tip
nuts.
of the iceberg, too, let me tell you.
Subscribe now. Do it.